Behold, the rookie wave be upon us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Week 7, answers by guess. What up there, guess?
Hey,
Hello, friend.
how's it going? How's it going?
Doing good. Sharing to the group right now.
Okay.
Getting these questions, gonna get them set up as well. How are you feeling there, sir?
Not 100, but better than Friday night when we did
Glad
the
to
recorded
hear.
shows. Great shows. Hopefully, people are watching those.
All right. I'm gonna go through my spiel like I usually do. Remember to like us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Patreon. Always look for those hashtags, answers by guess and ABGFF. Remember, we are Fantasy Football's inside scoop from outside of the box. Let's go through the bye weeks. Buffalo Bills, Los Angeles Rams, Minnesota Vikings, and the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm going to try a little something new here. It's called The Herding. So it's updates on your players to be able to see things that we talked about in the recorded videos compared to what we are putting out now as far as what they're showing as far as updates. Big one, Russell Wilson is out. So it's going to be right. What I can't pronounce his last name.
What's going on? Sorry.
Wilson being out. It's what the hell's his name?
Rippin?
Rippin. There it
Brett
is.
Rippin?
Yep. We got Keenan Allen, who's saying it's a game time decision, but more than likely going to keep them out. That's where they have the bye week next week, so that's a big one. Andrew seems like he's going to play. The other big one is Swift is supposed to be seated today, so that changes the dynamic of the Detroit Lions.
By the way, that's my favorite sub role.
What?
Seated.
All right, I'm going to start with the first question here. All right, Frank R. Carr or Tua? I like both matchups. Just concerned Tua isn't going to be the same after the injury.
It's tough. I mean, you want a part of that Tua to come back at home, celebrating. How many years is it? 50 years? Celebrating 50 years since their undefeated season. Like, I could see you wanting a part of that Sunday night. Pittsburgh Steelers defense isn't super duper tough. I kind of like Carr going against Houston. Renfro might not play. No Waller. They could probably run a lot with Jacobs. I think I might just go try with Tua. I'll just go Sunday night and let's just have Tua get through a game. That's all we need. It's very tough. The first one obviously didn't matter. The second one was a throwdown. Dude threw him down. He hit his head. Freak. Let's go with Tua at home Sunday night. The comeback celebrating 50 years. I'm good with that.
All right, gonna throw Tim up here. Up in the coffee, super strong this morning. Let's get it, boys. Yeah, thanks for joining us, bud. All right, let's get into Marty's question here. Flex, half PPR, James Robinson, Alec Pierce, or Pickens?
I do think James Robinson bounces back today. He can catch passes, but that's what ETN's doing more than him. I'm probably going to go with Pierce here. I kind of like Pickens if you want the Sunday night magic. But Pierce has stayed involved, and it's easier to throw on Tennessee than run. I know they do get Taylor back today. But Pierce got his touchdown, I think, last week, right? Or almost. And so I'm going to go with Pierce again. I do like James Robinson, though, to bounce back, but I just feel like Pierce is a little safer.
I agree. I'm actually starting Pierce in a couple different leagues as well, and actually chose him for a DFS lineup. All right. Marty makes this a little bit more complex. May not catch the show. Don't worry. You can always watch the recording, bud. Asked an earlier question between Drake and James Robinson. Now that Hill and Gus Edwards are active, does that have a big enough effect on Drake to not keep him in as running back? Starting J-Rob instead at running back if touches are less with the 3 running back committee involving Drake. Then how do I flex regarding the above question?
Yeah, I love Drake in a smash spot against the Browns. You can run all over the Browns, but Hill and Gus certainly are going to factor into that. And we've sort of seen this thing with the Baltimore running backs. And since I can't recommend Baltimore running backs because it's something I was going against, and I do like J-Rob to bounce back today, I'm fine with just playing J-Rob in the running back spot. I think that answers the question. If it doesn't,
I think that answers the question as well, my friend. All right, Keith with the question here. Ingram or Njoku?
Great question. Njoku's been hot. I do think Cooper's going to be all right in this game. I do think Ingram scores the first touchdown of this game for Jacksonville. I think they want to get him that first touchdown, revenge against the Giants. That was one of our calls in the Saturday recorded shows from Friday night. But I'm probably going to go Njoku.
I just think productive with Njoku. You can't not miss on that. The way he's been playing, the way Cleveland's been using him in the offense, I'm going to agree. All right, Josue with one here. Any of these over Monty or Herbert in the flex? Can't pick up Wandale until after this week, so I didn't leave him on the list. DBJ, Parker, Hilliard, Murray, or Hollins. Also, Gus Edwards healthy now.
No, just go with Monty or Herbert, whichever one you want. Herbert might be the better play, actually, going against the Patriots. I know Monty can catch passes, but Herbert, they said that they want to get him more involved and not just play the backup role. So I think Monty's going to lose some snaps in this one to Herbert. Take your pick with either one. I think it'll be close between the two, but I would play either one of them over any of those guys.
All right.
Gus Edwards might steal the goal line touch from you, but his first game back, I don't even want to. I can't recommend the Baltimore running back anymore.
All right, Tim W. with the question here. Brandon Cooks or Chase Claypool, PPR flex spot?
I'm going to go with Cooks. I think Claypool had a lot to do last week with the defenses. Trubisky coming in. He was kind of the guy that was left open. We capitalized on it. We talked about on the Saturday shows that maybe that had something to do with, them wanting to showcase him. Hold on, bud. I'm going to go with Cooks, though, in the bounce back. He's been down for a few weeks. I think that game's going to be relatively high scoring, both on the ground and through the air. So I'm going to go with Cooks against Vegas.
I like it. Yep. I think that also that Pickett coming back, that's more Deontay than Chase. So would agree with that. All right. Alan H. with a question. Bellinger or Everett? That's a good one.
Well, I think Everett is in play now, right? Because Keenan Allen more than likely probably is going to play, which is what I expected.
Yeah, and Parham also out.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Everett. I know Bellinger continues to get it done, but I'm going to go with Everett. I just think it's just a little safer, especially with Wandale coming on.
Look at that. Next question, Wandale or Ayuk? Got Jimmy G and Kittle also starting.
I liked Ayuk last week. It was a recommended start. They're going to need him. But I think I'm going to go with Wandale. I think I'm going to try and catch this lightning in the bottle. You got CMC. He's going to be stealing some stuff near the goal line. Still got Debo there. Still got the other running backs. Kittle coming on. If Ayuk scores a touchdown, you're going to get it with Jimmy G. So I'm going to go with Wandale.
All right. Alan with another one here. Everett or Kittle?
I'm going to use Kittle.
Okay. Alan with another one. Wandale, McLaurin, Sutton, or Lockett? Start two.
See, this is interesting because you're going to have one of two things happen with Denver. Denver's either going to be even worse which I don't know how that's possible, or they're going to be amazing because Rippon's going to actually have 20/20 vision and be able to see open wide receivers. It's very interesting. Lockett, I'm not going to play because he's banged up and I don't want a setback. I'm playing McLaurin, so then it becomes between Wandale and Sutton. And I'm almost positive that I just told you to play Wandale in one league, so let's play Sutton in this league. Let's go Sutton and McLaurin.
I actually have a very similar question I was going to add on to here. I have McLaurin, Sutton, and Lockett, and I need to start too. Lockett I have, and McLaurin I have in right now just because of Sutton thinking he's a downgrade. But you're right. Rippon may actually be ripping the ball right to Sutton as a safety net.
Yeah, they could be better with him. Russ has had one or two good drives. He's missing open wide receivers. He's been a little mobile at times, but nothing like we've been used to with him in the past. So I think that the wide receivers will benefit, and I think Dolchich, tight end, is going to benefit. Backup quarterback loves the tight end. So for you, Rob, I would sit Lockett.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, let's go. Bill with a question here, who I believe is a new member, if I'm not mistaken. So welcome, Bill. DK Metcalf or give Alan Lazard a chance?
It's crazy that you phrase it like that, Alan Lazard a chance. He's top 10 wide receiver, without a doubt, the last 4 weeks, which are the 4 weeks that he's really been playing. And DK's been killing it. And with Lockett a little banged up, I would love to find a way to get DK and Lazard in my lineup. I'm going to give the edge to DK here, but I don't like putting Lazard on the bench. Not against this Washington secondary. You want me to switch it? All right, tell me which one you want.
He sounds awesome.
So I'm going to go with DK, but if there's a way I can get Lazard in as well, I want to do that.
All right, Michael C with one here. I've been seeing stuff saying that McCaffrey plays, which seems like he is. That's another update that I should have included. Won't receive a full workload and only be used at the goal line. As weird as this sounds, would it be wise to switch him out this week?
Yeah. I think it would be wise if you have a really good option. I mean, if you're sorry.
No worries.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say McCaffrey is an interesting one for me. I actually got asked a question about, am I starting McCaffrey or like a Deontay Johnson? And I'm actually leaning toward a Deontay Johnson type just because, again, you know what their role is going to be. Now that Pickett's coming back, if you have an established role for somebody that they're going to get targets, they're going to or be able to carry the ball and so on and so forth. CMC, even as great as he is, he probably could have a good game. I don't think he's going to have a monstrous game because he just hasn't been with the team long enough to understand it. What are you thinking, guys?
Sorry, I'm so sorry, everyone. Yeah, I think that if you have a good option, like a Deontay or something that is consistent, I think that it is wise to bench him. If you don't, if you're playing RB2, RB3, dart throw guys. I see Frank mentioned about Rachaad White. Like at that point, you might as well just put him in and just hope he gets a cheap touchdown. But they're only going to use him in the red zone. How many times are they going to get in the red zone? It could be a bunch. I would bench him if I had something worth benching him for, without a doubt.
All right, Keith R. with a question here. If Waddle doesn't play, who would you drop into the flex, CMC or Mooney? I'm playing Monty on Monday as well.
I think Waddle's going to play, but I would go Mooney because Waddle's a Sunday night game and Mooney's a Monday night game, and you're not going to know about Waddle until the night. So it's not CMC. Let's hold out on Waddle, and if he doesn't play, you put Mooney in.
All right. Dawn with a question here. Someone dropped Dak while he was out, so I snagged him, put him in the IR spot since I've been using blind man Wilson. Really hope this pans out.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not going to use Wilson this week anyway, so you already are in the positive for 1 week.
Exactly.
And now you can put Blind Man Wilson in your IR. He's out.
Switch him out. I like it. All right, Spencer with the question here. Is Stevenson a start now that Harris is back in for the Patriots?
Yeah. I mean, he has outscored Harris every week, I believe, except for week one. Week one was a Stevenson dud, and people were dropping Stevenson and thinking, oh, what were you talking about? And since then, Stevenson has outscored him in every week that they played together. Now, what's going to happen, if all you got to do is look at the production and usage, everything you got from Stevenson the past 2 weeks, you got to cut it in half. So Harris will get half. I mean, that's pretty much, you could just look at the games, the game logs. He's going to get half of what he was getting, and that is startable. Half of what Stevenson has been getting the past 2 weeks is startable. If you have a better option, you know what to do.
All right. Chris R with the question here. Who would you drop for Gus? Tyler Lockett, Curtis Samuel, or Dubs?
Unless I'm dying for a running back, I'm probably not going to drop any of them, to be honest.
Yeah.
My wide receiver depth would have to be, like, this would have to be my wide receiver 4, 5, and 6. And you'd have to have 3 studs. And then you'd have to be 3 running backs deep, 4 at most. Because Gus is going to be your 5th running back. That's about what he's good for. He's good for a spot start. He's good for, bye weeks, injuries. I mean, he's killed it before in the past, but they still have 2 other guys there. 4 weeks from now, they have 3 other guys there. I'm not going to kill my depth. However, looking at those guys, look, I think Samuel could be really good with Heineke. He was really good in the beginning of the season. He was a little bit of a downturn. Can't recommend him as a play. But I think Dubs is probably the one that is the most droppable out of those 3. But I wouldn't drop any of them for Gus.
I hate to say these words out loud. Sammy Watkins coming back affects Dubs in more ways than it should, especially that they rushed him back and now that Cobb is out. So I agree that I probably wouldn't drop these guys. All right, Antonio with 2 questions here, actually. Just drop questions. Who should I drop, Jeff Wilson or Curtis Samuel? So out of those 2, who would you drop?
I would drop Wilson.
All right, and then Prescott or Geno Smith?
Is this a start-sit question?
No, it's the same thing. Who should I drop? That's the way it was. I mean, I'm not sure how it was phrased, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm going to drop Geno, and if he's not talking about that, I'm going to start Prescott. I mean, just take a shot against Detroit this week.
All right, Jeremy with a question here. I'm starting Walker. You are concerned about Stevenson and JT. Are both of them startable, one as a running back and one as another flex option?
I am concerned about them. I did not know that. Are you trying to brainwash me?
Maybe it should be, are you concerned about them?
You are concerned about Stevenson and JT. Yeah, I'd start both. You can start Walker too. Sure. Yep. I like it. That's a good trio right there.
It is. I like that trio as well. Jeremy, they're claiming Waddle is questionable. If I don't swap him out for Boyd, I'm stuck with Claypool. Thoughts?
I think I would wait.
Yeah. Even if Claypool ends up being the option, taking the risk with Boyd. Everyone's healthier in Cincinnati, so.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy with another one here. In ABG, I'm starting Lazard, but I'm nervous about Allen. Are we firing him up? If he doesn't play, I'll be stuck with Claypool in this league as well. 3rd wide receiver is DPJ.
I think you're probably going to have to go with Claypool here as well. I mean, you can't trust Allen playing because, I mean, I thought they were going to hold him out this week anyways and just bring him back after the bye. And now that's what the reports are saying is going to happen. So I think that you probably should get Allen out of your lineup.
All right, Jeremy with another one here. I started Taysom on Thursday. Nice job. So would Hawk be a good flex player over Dulcich, even if Ruff doesn't play, which he is not? Rely on the tight end is a safe bet, right?
I think they'll be fine with either one. Amon-Ra coming back is going to hurt Hawk. to a degree, but going against Dallas, who suffers a little against tight ends, I would actually probably play Dolchich over Hawk this week, but I think you'll be fine either way, either one of them.
All right.
If that's what you're doing in your flex is playing another tight end.
Jeremy with another one here. I can flex Justice Hill instead of Hawk or Dulcich, but I think it'll all be Drake. It'll all be Drake.
I don't think it'll all be Drake. I think it'll be three of them together. Everybody's here now.
Hey, family!
The dogs. Noah's here. No lady.
All right. Jeremy with another one here. I wanted the Jets D and ABG. I'll be playing against them in ABG and starting them in another league. Yikes. So would you start Giants D over Titans or Colts? I feel Titans or Colts can be a higher scoring game.
So go with your gut then.
I actually am starting the Giants D in a DFS lineup, and I'm starting the Jets D in another lineup as well. So I'm not against that today. All right, Spencer with a question. Garoppolo or Goff today? I dropped Lawrence for Jimmy last night thinking CMC will provide a boost for him.
I mean, I liked Jimmy G before they had Christian McCaffrey this week. So Jimmy G, it's a pure volume play going against Kansas City. They're going to need him. And I don't like Goff on the road, especially against Dallas.
All right, John H. with a question here. No Swift, Wandale, Rob, or Caber? PPR.
I'm going to go with Wandale. I do like Herbert because I do think that they will stay true to their word and use him more. But I also think that they're going to start letting Justin Fields run a little more and do some more design Fields runs because they realize that works for their offense. So that's going to eat into him. Montgomery's going to be the one that suffers the most. I'm going to go with Wandale. I think that 10 snaps last week should be up to at least 30 this week. And I could see him getting 5 for 55 and a touchdown. And that's good enough.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one, bud. All right, Alan H. with another question here. Starting Keenan Allen? Nope, we're not, probably. Or someone else. His bench is Cook, Schultz, B-Rob, Dubs, or Foreman.
I'd go with Cooks. Robinson would be my second choice, and that's about it.
I agree with you. For some reason, Schultz has been popping up in my mind all day since Friday.
You were mentioning the videos.
I did, and I don't know why. I just have this feeling on Schultz today. All right, Alan H. would either start Alec Pierce and Walker or make a different move. Starters are Herbert, Taylor, Pierce, Evans. Oh, I put Pierce twice.
The other Pierce. Well, there's two Pierces.
Oh, I'm sorry. Damian Pierce. Yes, that is Damian Pierce. Evans, Alec Pierce, Njoku, and Walker. His bench is Monty, Cooks, B-Rob, Harris, Pickers, Wandale, and A.
Oh, my gosh. What are you doing?
Obviously, this was not a good typing by me this time around.
I think you've got it right. Just keep it as that. Walker, we'll see. He had 2 good runs to start the last game. Not much after that. But let's give him another shot in the flex. Because the only other one is like
B-Rob is for some reason sticking out for me over Walker if we want to start another, just because of how many carries he got last week. If they're going to do something similar, but Green Bay defense is way better. Yeah, I think you're right. I think just leaving it the way it is. All right, Alan with another one here. Any changes? I don't like starting 3 San Francisco players at once. Wandale over Ayuk. I think this is one that we asked earlier. 2 flex spots options. Starters are Jimmy G, Mixon, B-Rob, Olave, who's played already, Rondell Moore, who's played already, Kittle, Stevenson, and Ayuk. His bench is Everett, Wandale, Foreman, and Thornton.
Yeah, I would have had Olave in there in the flex for sure. Is this what? Or is that his lineup? Is that his lineup?
That's his lineup, yeah. So the starters are Jimmy G, Mixon, B-Rob, Olave, who started already, has already played, Rondell, who started already, has already played.
So he wants 2 out of the bottom?
I'm just mentioning that he has 2 flex spots. He doesn't want to play 3 San Francisco players. He's wondering Wandale over Ayuk.
That's it.
That's what it seems like.
All right, go with Wandale. I mean, I like Ayuk, but I do think that, Kittle's coming on. Ayuk had his week last week. Debo's going to want some love. CMC's going to steal something for sure. One of their red zone trips. Juwan Jennings is coming on. They say they want to get him the ball more, which I think is smart. So I'm going to go with Wandale. He's the best show that they have, the best receiver they have. And his usage is just going to go up, and it was fine last week on 10 snaps.
All right, Alan, with another one here. Roll with Waddle being questionable or start DPJ or Thornton?
You put Waddle in, and then if he's not playing, you put Thornton in. Because Thornton's Monday night and Waddle's Sunday night.
Agreed. All right. Remember, guys, like, comment, share. We appreciate you all. All right. Now we're going to go into our questions that are live. That was all from the group. So let me find where our first one is here. Bear with me. Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. Frank, should I still hold Rachaad White?
Yep.
Easy answer.
He's getting good burn. He's getting 6 points or so on like 7 or 8 touches a week, and that's with a healthy Fournette. If Fournette goes down, he's an RB1. So.
Remember the concept you were talking about last week when Tampa Bay was playing against Atlanta, and that Fournette's going to get, the early burn, and if they get up big, that it's going to be Rachaad White. I think you were a week early. I think this is going to be the week against Carolina, and you'll see more Rachaad White this week than you have before.
Yep, makes sense.
All right, Tim with the one here. Damien Harris, also, if we can trust him, though. All right. I'm assuming that's still one of the questions above.
Right. Yeah, no. I mean, we could trust him, but just stick with the advice that we gave.
All right. Giants win 23-17.
We'll see.
Yeah, I like the call. I actually put Giants in my DFS lineup, so hold on. All right. Eddie Click. Hello there, bud. Jamal Williams or Pacheco? That's a good question. PPR.
You know what? I like Jamal. Swift not playing. Remember what I said? I'm not sure if you've been with us, Eddie. But Craig Reynolds eats into that. And the 2 games without Swift, Jamal Williams got the majority of it, but Reynolds was right there. It's just the snaps that he was in, the ball went somewhere else. But then the second week, Reynolds outproduced Jamal Williams. Greg Reynolds is a thing. And I know Pacheco has CEH there, and McKinnon. But I just feel like they're doing this for a reason. I would roll the dice on Pacheco, I think.
I'm always a safe guy. I go Jamal Williams just because
Jamal
of the injuries.
Williams is a safe player,
Dallas is good defense, though. I like the Pacheco. I have Pacheco in a dynasty league, and I'm actually between him and Zeke, to be honest with you. But again, it's the same type of situation.
Giving him the start, they're going to want to utilize him. And you know what? He's looked better than CEH. He just hasn't played as much as CEH. CEH has gotten a lot of fantasy production on a not fluky, but for lack of a better term, fluky touchdowns, plays drawn up for him. Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, Jamal Williams is but 100% Rob. He's safe. He's going, but don't expect him to be full workhorse. Craig Reynolds is a thing, and it's a real thing. And if they get down, Greg Reynolds can catch the ball. Greg Reynolds can pound the ball. Isaiah Pacheco, I would take a shot. I would take a shot. This is the one shot to take against the Niners. So I would do it, but it depends. You want to be safe, you want to be sexy. It's up to you.
Always choose sexy, friend. All right, Spencer with the question here. Pick 2 PPR. Wandale, Ayuk, Stevenson, Deontay Johnson, Bateman, or Brian Robinson. Like the updated profile pick there, Spencer.
Yeah. I'm not trusting Bateman. B-Rob. I probably would go I think Deontay, since it's full PPR and it's a night game, give you a little bit of Sunday night magic. And I'm going to go Stevenson for a little Monday night magic. Stevenson and Deontay.
Those are the two that I would have picked as well. All right, I have Stevenson in the flex. Should I switch to McLaurin, Judy, Pacheco, or Dolce?
I like McLaurin today. Frank, you and I have had conversations. I said to play McLaurin over Ayuk, but you are going with your gut, and that's what you must do. And I respect that. He's keeping Ayuk in, but he's trying to fit maybe McLaurin in to the flex. Over Stevenson, I don't hate it, but I probably just stay with Stevenson. But I really like McLaurin with Heineke against Green Bay. I really do. But, Rob, what do you think?
I'm going based off of what you said in the recorded videos, and I think this was a really good point, and I think I even mentioned it as part of the recorded. Sunday night football and Monday night football are usually your I gotta go to my studs kind of thing. That's where I'm gonna get some love. They're on prime time, and we were saying, or actually, guest was saying this week that it just doesn't seem like that kind of Sunday night football and Monday night football. Yeah, I would probably go McLaurin, man. But I understand leaving in Stevenson for the Monday night action. It gives you a hope and a chance. I've always liked the hope and a chance, but
which is so weird because Spencer right above. We just said play the Sunday night, play the Monday night.
I know.
But it depends on the players involved. McLaurin this week is I just think is an amazing play versus Green Bay with Heineke. Heineke and McLaurin is a real thing.
All right. Let's go on to the next one here. Now that CEH is demoted, trade Debo and CEH for Chase. Other wide receivers would be Waddle, Diggs, Keenan Allen, Devonta Smith, and your boy, Romeo.
So essentially, I mean, I don't know if he's even so much as demoted. But I did say, beginning of the season, Rob, we talked about this. So about week 7, Pacheco's going to take over the starting job. And here we are, week 7. I mean, nailed that one. A bit of a surprise, though. I didn't think it was going to happen, but 8 a.m. we get the call. You're basically trading Debo for Chase, which is I don't even know if that's in your favor, to be honest. Like I get that they have CMC, but Debo and Kupp are like the highest floor, I think, in football. Chase can have his blow up games, but we know Chase can have his floor games as well. I think you're giving away too much. I'd rather give away like Keenan Allen and CEH. Nobody's going to take that. I honestly think you're fine just keeping Debo and CEH. But if you want to get rid of Debo and you want to get rid of CEH, that's fine.
All right, Darko with the question here. Was offered Jamar Chase and B-Rob for my Devontae Adams. Would guests do?
Well, you're a homer. You want your boy Jamar Chase. You're a Bengals fan. You're losing a bye week because you're getting rid of Adams, who's already had his bye. But you're getting B-Rob back, so you're getting some RB depth with it as well. I think I would do that.
Yeah, I would probably do that as well.
I would do that, Darko.
All right, Chad with another one here. If Allen doesn't play, I have to start Dubs. Hopefully that will be okay.
Hope so. I mean, he should be involved. I mean, we would think years past, I would say A-Rod's going to come in this game pissed off and want to throw the ball all over the place because of the last 2 weeks. What I'm seeing out of A-Rod this year is a guy that I don't know if he really cares that much anymore. And this is my favorite team, so therefore my favorite player in the NFL, and I'm talking this way about him. But, Dubs against the Washington secondary can do some things. So if Allen doesn't play and you have to start him, I think it'll be okay. Is it optimal? No. But but I think he'll be okay. Dubs has had a couple down weeks, nothing spectacular. So all he's got to do is catch one deep ball. Rogers to throw deep, he catches one deep ball, gets it in the end zone, and you're good to go. You're probably better than Allen would have done anyways.
All right, Chad with another one here.
I just want to say, like, personally, if Allen plays anyways, he's a decoy for the most part. He's limited snappage. He's helping the other players more than himself. I think I would probably just play Dubs over him anyways.
All right, Dulcich or Schultz at the tight end position.
My answer is Dulcich. The Jets funnel the ball to the tight ends.
Yeah, I would probably choose Dulcich as well. I like Schultz. I don't know. Again, you have to see it from Schultz. I'm talking more Schultz from a DFS standpoint because he shouldn't be costing you a lot of money. He's had a couple down weeks, but Dak coming back is something that's going to help Schultz and should help Gallup as well. Actually, CeeDee Lamb may be down a little bit from this, and Noah Brown could be not eliminated, but that could be where the targets would go. It's the Schultz now compared to a Noah Brown. At least that's what I'm thinking. But Dulcich is kind of safer in this sense.
I think so.
All right. Rank start priority for week 7, please. Cooks, Wandale, Sutton, Samuel, Bateman, London, Reynolds.
Is that Josh Reynolds? I'm going to put him at the bottom. Actually, I'll put him second to last. Bateman's at the bottom because I'm worried about that foot. Put Reynolds above him. I do feel like London bounces back a little this week. They do run the ball quite a bit, but I'm going to put London third from the bottom, Samuel just above. Then I'll go Sutton, Wandale, Cooks. So from top to bottom, Cooks, Wandale, Sutton, Samuel, London, Reynolds, Bateman.
All right. Tight end, Otten, Monroe, Komet, or Gesicki.
Ross Monroe could be in for a good game. Gesicki, you would think you would like him, but Tua and the tight ends, Komet, I can't trust. I'm just going to go with Otten.
Yeah, I think
Monroe
Otten.
Second.
Yeah. All right, trade ended up going through. I got Bellinger, B-Rob, and Kyron for Pierce. Also kept Foreman and Gus Edwards.
Okay.
I like the Bellinger and B-Rob pickup. Pierce is going to be good still, though. But
yeah, we got 2 running backs and a tight end.
Kieran could be somebody of interest. I see him being picked up all over the place. AJ Dillon or Josh Reynolds. Is Reynolds playing? I'm guessing
that's the whole thing. It's like he was banged up. I'm on Raw back.
Reynolds is active.
It's tough to run against Washington. Sooner or later, Dillon's going to have a breakout. But, if Goff can get the ball out, I'm really worried about Goff today in Dallas. The only thing he has going for him is it's a dome. Indoor stadium, whatever you want to call it. I want to lean Dillon, though. But I don't like Goff. I'm going to go Dillon. Screw it. Oh, my God.
All right, Spencer with another one here. Swift out. I have 2 spots open in flex and running back position in my other league. Najee, Dillon, Gordon, Pacheco, and Thornton to replace him.
Najee, Dillon, Pacheco.
Yeah, I agree. Thornton Max seems like he's coming back. That could change Thornton's whole entire role. League with Barkley, Eckler, and Chubb. Pacheco, us starting this week. Drop Foreman or Gus for him. I would drop probably
Foreman.
I'd probably drop Gus, I guess.
Okay, either one. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Oh, I technically have multiple positions that I have questions on for this league because in my wide receiver spots, I have Garrett Wilson, Rashad Bateman, and Cortland Sutton in the wide receiver position. So if you think that Thornton should be in place of one of my starting leftovers, wide receivers because all my injuries let me know.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson is going to have the Patrick Surtain treatment, and I don't know if that's good news. Bateman is going to be limited at best if he even plays, and I worry about that foot. Bateman hasn't been able to make it through a game, it seems, his whole career. At least he hasn't even played well. Like a game that he played all 4 quarters and got through without an injury, he disappeared for 3 quarters and he shows up for 1. It's really ridiculous with Bateman. I own him in multiple leagues. It drives me nuts. Thornton, he played because of the injuries, but he's got more skills than Aguilar and Bourne at this point. I would be fine if you want to throw him in for either Garrett Wilson or Rashad Bateman. But other than that, you just got to roll with what you have there.
All right. Sorry. I'm getting tons of alerts here. All right. McLaurin versus Etienne.
I'm playing Etienne. He's going to have a huge game. If it's not this week, it's very soon. Huge game.
This might be my favorite question. Pacheco or CMC?
I'm going to go with Pacheco. He's not going to be limited in this game. Look at it's Mahomes, it's Kelsey, it's a bunch of the same guy at wide receiver where none of them really does anything crazy. And if anyone does, it's only one of them. But he spreads it around to everybody. Then there's 2 other tight ends, a 5th wide receiver that comes in every once in a while. I mean, and the one guy that seems to benefit almost every single week is CEH. Every week it seems he was coming through. Well, now Pacheco is CEH. CEH is going to eat into his role. He hasn't lost the job. It's not going to be 100% snaps for Pacheco, but he's going to start. He's going to play the majority of it. They're going to use him to protect Mahomes against this defense. And he's going to be on the field for those jump balls and those shovel passes and these things. He's going to collect 80%. We use that number quite often, so we'll say 75 of what CEH was doing at minimum. Meanwhile, CMC's going to be on the field when they're inside the 20. And not every time, but sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Pacheco this week.
I like it. I like it because of your reasoning. All right. Chad with another one here. I could grab Renfro, MVS, or Duvernay and play over Allen and Dubs. Thoughts on that?
Renfro might not play. MVS, I was just talking about. I want no part of any of the Chiefs wide receivers. Duvernay, okay. Duvernay makes sense, but it's Duvernay or Dubs for me. You flip a coin. Sammy coming back. I might go Duvernay. If Bateman doesn't play, I'll go Duvernay. If Bateman does
Bateman
play,
is
I'll
active.
Okay. So I'll go Dubs. It's so close between those two. Go with your gut, Chad.
All right. David with the question here. Najee Harris, Curtis Samuel, or Dubs in the flex?
It's so tough. It's so tough with Najee Harris because what have you done for me lately? The answer is nothing. But they are using him a ton. I'm gonna go with Najee though.
Yeah, I would go with Najee as well.
Sunday night. Let's just see. I'm gonna go with Najee. The flex.
All right. Let's see what other questions come through. I actually have a couple questions
Here's why.
well.
Here's why.
Go
Let
ahead.
me point this out before Rob gets into his questions. Here's why. Because Pickett coming off that concussion, if they get close, Pickett's not going to be sneaking too many balls in. They're going to give it to him. Or they're going to give it to Warren. Warren could vulture, but I'm going to go with Harris because if they get close, I don't think they're going to risk too many sneaks and running plays with Pickett when they're going off the concussion. He's the future of their franchise.
All right. Chad came through. I'm playing Drake at running back, though, over CMC.
Yeah, Drake got moneyed a little bit with Hill and Gus being activated. But it's still a good matchup. You're probably going to see 12 carries from him, hopefully a couple catches. And that's probably more than what CMC's going to get. So, yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
All right, Spencer with one here. Flex Pitts or Dillon?
I think Kyle Pitts is going to continue to trend up. I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, I would do the same. All right, I got a question. I have Pierce or Mozart at the flex position.
Oh, which Pierce we talking?
Oh, Damian Pierce. Sorry.
Oh, Damian. Easily.
Okay. My next one would be, hold on one sec. I got to get to that league. Damian Pierce or Tony Pollard?
I'm going
Going against Detroit.
Damian Pierce again.
Okay, excellent. And
He's
my
going to
last,
20 plus carries. Coach Watson, man.
I think I mentioned this earlier. Zeke or Pacheco?
It's tough. I might go Zeke here against
Detroit. All right. That's what I have in. All right. So seems like we're all on the same page when it comes to my questions, and Spencer thinks it's sweet.
Sweet.
I don't see any other questions. You want to go into final thoughts of the week?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, remember to like us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Patreon. Always look for those hashtags, and we appreciate you and thank you for watching. I wish you guys all the best of luck, unless you are joking about those final thoughts.
Well, I was kind of joking, but the thing here to point out is, we do the show. We're here for questions, and everybody can watch the show, which we had all week to put the questions in. But if you didn't have time this week and you couldn't get to the show, please remember, 12:30, we're not answering anything. 30 minutes before game time. So a couple weeks, some people pop stuff in. Like, I don't see it because I'm not looking at my phone, like on Facebook or any of that. I'm tuned in to my lineups and to what the TV's saying to me, the live reports and websites and whatnot. So 12:30, we got to get, if you're going to post something to the page and we don't answer it, we've said this for years.
Sorry, guys.
So just pay attention, because also on top of all that, Rob and I were both trying to get everything done in our houses, with our wives and our children, and anything that needs to get done around the house so that we can watch football at 1 o'clock. So after 12:30, we can't answer. So I'm basically apologizing ahead of time for the weeks past. I know some people posted and say, "Hey, I didn't see this in time. Sorry, I would have said this." And you're like, "Yeah, well, whatever." Well, after 12:30, there's nothing we can do. So when we get off the air here, so to speak, you got 40 minutes. If you got to post a question, hopefully you see it. You should. But the rookie wave is here. Final thoughts? Go to gut. You've got 6 weeks to look at this point in time. That's an okay sample size. We are at a point where the sample size is real. So go with it. I mean, Frank, to point him out one more time, I said to play McLaurin over AU. He said my gut says to play AU. I said that's what you have to play. So do it, because in the end, what I don't want to hear is, I should have went with my gut. Yes, you should have.
All right, a couple last minute questions came in. Smith Schuster or Edwards?
God, I don't like either one. Juju we liked last week for whatever reason. Feel like he'll get taken out a little bit in this one. Let's go. I don't even know. Gus Edwards to poach a goal line carry. If it's full point PPR, I'm going to go with Juju, and I don't like it. If it's just standard league, I'm going to go with Edwards.
All right, Juju or Bateman PPR?
See, Manuel, I think you're probably going to have to go with Juju just because I don't trust Bateman to get through a game or to be relevant for 4 quarters. I'm a Bateman owner, multiple leagues. you're just joining us, I just said this about 10 minutes ago. It seems like every single game he's missing for 3 quarters, and then he shows up, or he's there in the first quarter and he's never there anymore. And he seems to get banged up and injured and out of games. I think that you would be smart to go with Juju, but I don't really love it. So if your gut tells you Bateman, I'm fine with it. Every league that I own Bateman, which is 3 leagues, I'm benching him this week, hoping that he gets through. I have better options than Juju. So if you feel Bateman, like I was just saying, the final thoughts, if you feel Bateman and you have been itching to get him back in, past couple of weeks he's been out, then you go with Bateman. I would probably use Juju and just hope that he builds a streak here of games in a row.
All right, Chad, got one last one in here. You like Drake, Monty, or Hunt the best?
I feel like Hunt's going to have a week. I kind of said that on Tuesday, definitely said that in the shows, the recorded shows that we did Friday night. I think Rob agreed to that. I kind of have a feeling he had a really down week last week. So did Chubb. I feel like they both get going again this week. So I'm going to go with Hunt.
I agree with that. Chad is wishing us a good weekend. You do the same. Good luck, bud. And we appreciate you too, Spencer. All right, guys. That's Answers by Guests. Remember to always look for those hashtags and always like us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Patreon.
Best of luck. You've got about an hour to grab some rookies that are sitting out there. If you got some bums, some half-injured guys that you can't fit onto your IR that you're not using, drop them and pick up guys like past guesstimators, rookies, guys that you're ready to pop, because we told you this 2 weeks ago. Here they are. Every name starting to pop up. Isaiah Spiller. You're going to see Isaiah Spiller today for the first time. He's finally going to be active for the Chargers. Pacheco was a name. Keontae you can't grab anymore, but if they're out there and you got a bum sitting on your bench you've been holding on to for no real reason, just drop them, pick up the rookie, and the time is now.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Later.
See ya.